This is Mike speaking from IELTSAnswers.com with another video showing an essay I've just corrected and another problem with task response. You might notice this with my videos, a lot of problems with task response causing good writers to get severely lower scores in their test. So let's start off with a bit of analysis of the task. We should consider the topic and the question. The question is, to what extent do you agree or disagree? Let's see what we're supposed to be giving our opinion on. Let me read it out for you. Research has shown that overeating is as harmful as smoking. Therefore, the advertising of certain food products should be banned in the same way as the advertising of cigarettes in some countries. And then something I recommend you to do is to underline keywords in the topic and then paraphrase them. I've just underlined them for you, and this way we can make sure that we don't miss an important aspect. Task response of 6 requires that you respond to every word in the task. So let's see what we need to be responding to. Okay, so we've got research here. Research has shown that overeating is as harmful as smoking. Okay, so overeating, harmful, smoking. And it says research here, so we should take this as a given. You're not being asked whether you agree with this. The research has definitely been, we can take this as a sort of fact that this research has been done. And you can't really be arguing about this research because we don't have the results of this research here. Well, we have the results in terms of we know what the outcome is, but we can't see a breakdown of exactly the details of what the research found. So you can't really be agreeing or disagreeing with this research. Take this as a fact. So sometimes with these topics, a part of them is a fact and a part of them is an opinion. And it's the opinion that you should be agreeing or disagreeing with, and the opinion comes in the second sentence. Therefore, the advertising of certain food products should be banned in the same way as the advertising of cigarettes in some countries. So essentially, you're being told that overeating is found to be harmful and as harmful as smoking. And then the opinion really is whether we should ban advertising of certain food products. Note certain food products. So in this case, we could argue that some should be banned, some shouldn't. We might think that fast food should be banned, whereas healthy food items should not. And even though the healthy food could still be overeaten, a lot of vegetarians are overweight, despite eating vegetables, which we say are healthy. But the point is, probably most, well, if they're eating a well-balanced diet, a lot of vegetarians could well be healthier, even though they could be overweight. That key point that I want to make here is that if you're going to not totally agree, you might decide that some food products have positive benefits and therefore the advertising of them should be allowed. Whereas in smoking, there doesn't seem to be a lot of positive benefits, maybe reducing stress. But we could basically argue, okay, overeating is as harmful, but some advertising should be allowed because some food products are okay, or not so much they're okay, they have positive benefits. And then I read the introduction. There's a pretty good rephrasing of the topic here, and then there's a response to the question. I partly agree with his opinion. Okay, so that means the writer agrees, but some aspect they disagree on. So I'm going to be looking for this in the body of the essay to see if this opinion is valid. I don't think it is, and we'll see why in a minute. The rest of it is not so clear, although I understand that the prohibition on food advertising is essential to tackle overeating. I think that it should not be implemented in the same way as cigarettes are forbidden. So I'm not exactly sure with what the reason for the partly agree is here. I guess it's something to do with the implementation. We'll see about that. This part's important here. The writer makes it clear that there should be a prohibition on food advertising and that this is essential to tackle overeating. And then we've got this second paragraph here. What I don't like is, and what I've said to the writer above, do you agree? This should be clearer. So the writer writes an argument for banning advertisements, or you can say advertisements if you want American accent, of some food products is that it can help people prevent medical conditions caused by eating excessively. An argument for. It's not quite clear if the writer agrees with this argument or not. They're just basically saying that there is an argument. So I'd like this to be clearer. And then we've got down here, I sort of presume by the end of it that this is the writer's opinion, and note that you're asked for your opinion and not other people's opinions with this essay. You can only present other people's opinions for the essay type that says discuss both views and give your opinion. This should be all about your opinion. Okay, and then later here, for this reason, putting a halt to food advertising can help protect people from overeating as well as its detrimental effects on health. So still, are you agreeing that this should be done? Could be clearer. Let's assume that it is, because this essay only asks for your opinion. And also remember that the writer said that they partly agree. So this is all about agreeing. So presumably the writer agrees with these arguments and that it can help protect people from overeating. So presumably this is the argument here supporting. Remember, partly agree, so this is mostly about agreeing. Now we get to a huge contradiction in this sentence alone. So remember that overall, the writer more strongly agrees with the banning than disagreeing. But now we've got despite the argument mentioned above. So now we're coming to our concession. With the understanding that, I'll just highlight the whole sentence, with the understanding that overeating and smoking are probably harmful in equal measure. Okay, well this says that they're equal, and that's what the topic says, that the research has shown that they're equal. I think food products themselves are not as hazardous as tobacco ones. There's a complete contradiction here. Here it says harmful in equal measure. Here it says that they're not, that the food ones are not as hazardous as tobacco ones. Well, there's two problems with this. One, you're contradicting yourself in this sentence itself, and two, you're contradicting the topic which says that research has shown it. You're not supposed to be giving your opinion about that. You're supposed to be giving your opinion about why the advertising of certain foods should not be the same as for tobacco. So this is not a valid reason for that, because you've already agreed that they're equally harmful. The topic says that they are equally harmful. Research has shown. So this is a huge problem. So basically I summarise these 3 points here. The sentence contradicts itself. You've said in the introduction that they're equal. Now you're contradicting this. And also that the topic section of the task says that research, which is not, I think it says has shown, or researchers, I think that should be has shown. Let's just change that now. Research has shown. So that means if the research has shown it, you're not really supposed to be disagreeing with that part. You're supposed to be disagreeing with the part about whether advertising for food should be banned or not. Okay, so that's a big problem. If you wanted to have a concession, then you could do it. You could write about some food that you agree that a lot of foods shouldn't be allowed to be advertised, especially fast foods, because there's very little positive value from consuming it. But then go on, and your concession could be that some types of foods have positive benefits, and those should be allowed to be eaten. Okay, so that's a big problem for the writer. The conclusion doesn't really help us. While I generally advocate the prohibition on certain foods advertisements, I'm against the idea that it should be carried out in the same strictness level as how tobacco products are forbidden. Okay, I understand what you're saying there, I understand your opinion, but why? Why not? You need to explain why. Okay, and then basically I'm saying it could be that food can have some quite strong positive benefits that we don't get from smoking. So score 5 because it fails to take account of all words in the topic and all words in the question. Well, the question is responded to. There's this partly agree. I just can't see any valid reasons to be disagreeing, which means that really you totally agree. Or you're saying you disagree somewhere, but I can't see a valid reason for it. So in this case, you can't get to 6. Main ideas are clear, not really because of the contradiction. We get down to cohesion and coherence 6. It's never going to be great. When your task response is off by this much, it's never going to be great. When you have contradictions, it's never going to be great. This is a level 7 or 8 writer. Unfortunately, they're just not scoring well there. Topic sentence for the second paragraph problem because it didn't. It sort of introduced that there was this opinion, but not whether it was the writer's opinion or not. Paragraph 3, we've got the contradiction. Vocabulary was really strong, at least an 8. Grammar was really strong, at least an 8. Overall, what do you think this writer's going to get? They've got 8 for grammar, 8 for vocabulary, 6 for cohesion and coherence, 5 for task response. The overall score is 6.5. We add up the 4 numbers, we get 6.75. Round down, 6.5. The writer needs 7. Fail. And why? Is it because this writer is not good enough? No, it is not. The vocabulary and grammar are good enough. The problem is failure to respond to the task in the right way and contradicting opinion in the body of the essay. Advice for the writer, pretty easy and straightforward. 1, analyze topics more carefully. Make sure you understand what it's about before you start writing. Paragraph 2, your opinion should be clearer, I believe. I think that. And then don't contradict yourself. This mostly occurred in the 3rd paragraph. I hope you found this video useful. You can, if you want to keep seeing these videos, subscribe to my channel. I intend to keep making these videos. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback on them. You're also welcome to leave feedback in the comments section of YouTube or to go to my website IELTSanswers.com and you can leave an email for me. My email's on there. You're welcome to write to me and let me know if you've got any questions or comments.